Alright, I told y'all in the last video that I did have some more books coming. And so I got those today and I'm going to show you what I got. There is one more book that I'm going to have this month. I pre-ordered it from Barnes & Noble. It's a special edition of I think it's called like Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. So I'm really excited about that. It has sprayed edges. So that will come on release day. I'm not going to do a whole video for that, so I thought I would just mention it here. It is like it's a new series, but it has one of the characters that was a side character from the Ruinous Love trilogy. So I'm excited to continue with that. Other books, these are ones I saw when I was at Barnes & Noble the other day, and I found a better price online, so I got them online. Some of them I have not even read the blurbs of yet. They were just so cute, and Barnes & Noble was going to be closing soon, so I just kind of went off of the cover vibe and sprayed edges in some cases. But anyway, first off, I have The Baby Dragon Cafe by A.T. Qureshi, maybe? And so it says, welcome to the cutest and most complicated cafe in town, where Saphira opens her cafe for customers with pet baby dragons. She isn't expecting it to be quite so hard to keep the fires burning, but her young dragon patrons keep incinerating the furniture, which means selling coffee isn't covering her cost. Local heartthrob Aiden is a gardener, though his disobedient baby dragon is a major distraction from his beloved plants. However, Saphira's cafe gives him an idea. He'll ask Saphira to train his dragon and pay her enough to keep the cafe afloat. So I'm really excited about that. This one is not a special edition, but like look at this cover. And the second book is called The Baby Dragon Bakery, so if I enjoy this one, I definitely want to continue the series. I think it's just going to be cute and cozy and perfect for fall. I am a bit of a mood reader, so I'm starting to want to read some of the more spooky stuff, even though we're not technically in October. So I'm kind of like reading other things right now and waiting for October. So I should do like an actual October spooky themed TBR. So if you have suggestions based off of the books that you've seen me haul, or that you just already know are on my shelf, let me know. The next one I have is The Deathless One by Emma Hamm. Her death is just the beginning. And this one does have really pretty sprayed edges. Green. I love green. Murdered on her wedding day, a fallen princess makes a deal for her life with the god of death, but the feelings he stirs in her are more than she bargained for. Jessamine was raised to be a leader for her people, but when the land is overrun by an incurable plague, she must enter a political marriage to save them all. A union meant to raise hope brings only death, as her new husband murders her at the wedding altar and seizes the throne. Oh my goodness. I did not read the blurb for this one. I was like, let's just see what's going on here. Jessamine spirit is met by the Deathless One, a god of death yearning to return to the mortal plane, and he needs her help. The two of them make a deal. Her life and the return of her kingdom in exchange for his resurrection. But this god is a known trickster, and bargains with him are sealed in blood. But she's already dead. Jessamine knows the Deathless One is a dangerous ally, but the longer they work together, the more she is drawn to him. As their connection deepens, she begins to wonder if the more appealing throne is the one by his side. But will she turn her back on her people to get it? And it says, for fans of enemies to lovers, shadow daddies, and feminine rage, this book is a must-read. Okay, yes, I am for all of those. Okay, next we have another one that I did not read about. So I'm sure it's a dark romance. Maybe a Hades Persephone, going off the cover. There's a lot of fruit on it. But anyway, Kiss of the Basilisk. And this one also has the special pretty sprayed edges. Tim couldn't imagine a stranger duo, the formidable basilisk and the human prince, both powerful in their own right, but they couldn't be more different from each other. 20-year-old Temperance Varys has never been kissed, but that's what the basilisk is for. Along with 13 other contestants, Tim must train with the basilisk to learn the power of seduction and win the prince's hand in marriage. When Tim is matched with Caspian, the Serpent King, she realizes she might actually stand a chance. But with tensions rising between the basilisk and the humans, Tim is suddenly torn in two directions. As her bond with Caspian deepens, so does her connection with the prince. When she uncovers a terrible secret about the royal family, Tim finds herself caught between two worlds, neither of which she can survive without. And Sierra Simone says, frisky, addictive, unhinged, might be the most fun you'll have reading all year. I'm completely shameless for this book. And she's the author of Priest. I have read that book, so I'm sure it is going to be spicy. All right, then we have a quirky little cute one. And it is by Kimberly Lemming. And it is, I got abducted by aliens and now I'm trapped in a rom-com. Ruby Dixon says a must read. So that definitely helped convince me. And I've been reading my first true monster romances lately, so I don't know. This one looks like it's also going to be a monster romance. It is an alien, and the alien has got some horns and some pointed ears and stuff. But it also says lions and dinosaurs and sexy aliens, oh my. A sexy and hilarious romance about a woman who gets dropped on a strange planet only to fall for not one, but two aliens, from the USA Today bestselling author of That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. Okay, I might have to check out that book too. Sounds funny. Dorothy Valentine is close to getting her PhD. Love women in STEM. And wildlife biology when she's attacked by a lion. On the bright side, she's saved. Oh, the not so bright side. On the not so bright side, it's because they're abducted by aliens and her scramble to get away. Dory and the lion commander and Dory and the lion commandeer. I was like lion commander. Commandeer an escape pod and crash land on an alien planet that has dinosaurs. Dory and her new lion bestie, Toto, are saved in the nick of time by a mysterious and sexy alien soul. On their new adventure, they team up with the equally hot and far more dangerous Loke, who may or may not be a war criminal. 3 poorly aimed love darts later, Dory can't resist the two aliens, who are very happy to explore their explosive sexual tension. As this ragtag group of misfits explore their new planet, Dory learns more about how and why they've all ended up together, battles more prehistoric creatures than she can imagine. She imagined 0, and questions if she even wants to go back home to Earth in this steamy, laugh-out-loud, funny, alien romance, adventure, comedy, romp. Okay. Then we've got another one with some sprayed edges. Oh my goodness. I did buy my own thing to spray edges, but I've chickened out. I haven't even tried it yet. I've had it for over a year. I got it last Amazon Prime Day. Like, not this last one, but the one before that. Anyway, it is The Entanglement of Rival Wizards. Yeah, this was definitely a cover buy. It's also by Sarah Roche. Enemies to Lovers, Critically Screwed. A magic and romance novel. So I'm sure there's going to be some more. But here is what the cover looks like. So cute. And y'all know I love male romances, and this definitely is going to give me that. And I love all the color combos on here. The purple, pink, and blue. So cute. Anyway, I also have 2 other books that I got from Sarah Roche that are adult books, which was like Go Luck Yourself and the Christmassy one. I can't remember what it's called. I still need to read those, but I guess this is going to be a new series for her. Will they conjure love or evoke chaos? Two rival wizards are about to find out. Sebastian Walsh. I also hadn't read this one. I was just like, enemies to lovers, gay romance, I'm down. Like, that's all I needed to know. All I needed to know. Plus, it looks like there's going to be some, like, maybe some science with a nerdy looking guy, and then maybe like a magic wielder dude. Definitely enemies to romance with the look. Okay, anyway. Okay, so Sebastian Walsh, Evocation Department, I don't know what that is, human, the first of his family to pick college over the military, Elthior Torrell, okay, it's spelled like Torrell, I don't know how you're supposed to say that, Conjuration Department, half-elf, pretentious asshole, the latest legacy, Torrell at Lazara U, both Magnus Research Grant finalists. Sebastian refuses to let anyone snatch this away, least of all a snob riding on old money. But what's worse than a nemesis stealing your grant? You could both get it under the condition you work together. But Theo's broody takes up their shared lab space with his projects and his biceps, brings treats for Sebastian's familiar. When Sebastian's passed with the Toriels, forces him to choose between his research or Theo, the decision should be simple. But while working with his rival is volatile, falling for his rival might blow up Sebastian's future. So, okay. And then we have the last one of the stack, which was originally an indie novel, and it got really popular on TikTok, and then I guess they picked it up to be traditionally published. And it is another one that has sprayed edges. That is Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moranova. So, the only good riot soldier is a dead one. This, I know, is like an enemies to lovers type thing. Together, together, our broken pieces can do anything. Nell Gallows is the sole survivor of an elite Dark Forces squad riot after a detrimental attack 2 years ago. Unsurprisingly, she's being put up as the top candidate for the Special Ops team. Malum, the squad that goes where no one else will or can. There's only one problem. Malum blames their one casualty from the Patagonia mission on the riot squad. So what is Nell to do when she finds herself on a plane to California on her way to a sure death sentence? A one-night stand. At least that's all it was supposed to be. One night to be free. Only she finds out too late that the dark and mysterious man she solely wanted as a fleeing is not only her new comrade, but also the one she dreaded meeting most. Her immediate superior and an untouchable devil in the field, Bones. He's hell on earth, cruel and unforgiving, but most of all, he hates Nell, and he makes sure she knows it. And yet, she finds herself unwilling to leave his bedside after he's unable to get to the evac point when the mission goes awry. She stays behind with the devil and the secrets he keeps, and they'll only have one another to trust when no faith is left. And I don't think this is the only Bloom book that I got in this bunch. So, because I thought I saw the logo on one of the others. Yep, this one was also a Bloom book. So I guess both of those are going to be maybe on the spicier side. I don't know. But to recap, these are the books that I got. Let me know which ones you're interested in me reading sooner rather than later. And that can include the Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. Bryn Weaver. Do. Anyway, there they are. And I will see y'all in the next video. I have read a couple of books since I did my physical reads kind of wrap up for the year so far. So I don't know how many books I should include in each wrap up. I'm not sure. And I don't only read physical books, I also have ebooks and audiobooks. So y'all let me know if there's like a certain amount. Like, do y'all want me to just do 5, talk about 5 books in a video or something like that? Because monthly is too long, because I read sometimes more than 20 books in a month. So that's a bit too much. So let me know how you want me to do that. Or I've been off BookTube for over a year. Do y'all hate wrap-ups now and you prefer single book reviews on just like the best books out of the pile? How would you like for me to approach this? I have enjoyed doing these videos, so I would maybe want to do one like once a week. So I could also do that and try to do like this is what I'm reading this week. This is what I finished and what I thought about it. Let me know what you think, and I'll definitely read those comments and take that into consideration, or I'll just wing it like I've been doing since I started posting again. But anyway, that's all I've got for today. Subscribe and like if you haven't already, and I will see y'all in the next video. It'll probably be a wrap up or a TBR. I don't know. Bye.